Look at that little guy here. His name is Mario, and he's pretty violent. He loves to jump on poor defenseless creatures and hurt them badly. That really isn't cool, but I do believe we can change this dude, which is why I now play all of my Mario games without using violence. The rules are simple. We are going to be playing New Super Mario Bros. U on the Switch, and all of this without being violent. Any enemy that stands in our way, we will avoid, and we're just gonna be a pacifist for as long as we can. Will we be able to beat the game that way? I don't know, let's find out. So after the Koopalings attack and seize the castle, we will be thrown super far away in the Acorn Plains, which is where the adventure begins. World 1-1 was very easy, as most of the enemies are just chilling and minding their own business. I grabbed a mushroom and an acorn suit and then made my way to the end. 1-2 takes place underground and features a bunch of Goombas. It's not easy to avoid them all in those narrow passages, but by being careful, I managed to jump in between all of them. Alright, this level is done, and we now have to go to 1-Tower. Here's the issue though. While I managed to avoid everything in this tower, it ends with a fight against Boom Boom the Mad Lad. I kinda don't wanna attack the dude. Luckily, there's another way out of this world, and it all starts in the level we just did, 1-2. After we reach this part here, we can jump above the stage, twice, and we'll reach a pipe that leads us to a wonderful secret exit. Well, would you look at that, a new way opened up and it leads us to this lonely island here. Let's visit it, shall we? 1-Blooper is next, and this underwater stage does feature a bunch of enemies, but we just have to dodge them all and swim our way to that lovely pipe here. And voila, a huge shortcut that leads us to World 5, Soda Jungle. Well, you know what? That was pretty good. World 5-1 is the land of the giants, a level filled to the brim with giant Koopa Troopas, giant Goombas, giant blocks, and giant pipes, and giant piranha plants, and giant everything really. This will make it a bit more challenging, as bouncing on those giant enemies is very tempting, but using my acorn suit, I just planned ahead and did some scary jumps in between all of them until I made my way to the end of the stage. Nice! 5-2 was super simple. It does feature a couple enemies, but they're all super simple to avoid. The thing is, look at the way that opened up. This is a tower, and well, Boom Boom is waiting for us on top. There is actually a secret exit located in 5-2 that allows us to skip the tower, but in order to get to it, we'll need to hit this block with a Koopa Troopa shell. And well, if we want to get a shell, we have to bounce on a Koopa, which is pretty violent. I guess I now have to choose who I'm gonna be violent toward, a Koopa or Boom Boom. The choice isn't as simple. I kinda have to plan ahead, and here's my reasoning. If I attack the Koopa Troopa, I will get to the end of Soda Jungle. But then I'll have to defeat the Koopaling in this castle, and then I'll make my way to World 6. But if I decide to attack Boom Boom instead, well, I'll be able to get to the Ghost House level, a level that features a secret exit leading us to World 7. So yeah, the smart option is to go for Boom Boom, which is what I'll do now. The level was actually quite simple. Well, I mean, it does feature a million things out to kill you, but none that are alive and that we can be violent to, so we're good. Time for Boom Boom the Mad Lad, and well, 3 jumps is all we'll need to defeat the guy. I guess that means we did fail the quest, cause you know, we had to attack a guy. From now on, let's see what the minimum amount of violence is, shall we? Alright, so following my reasoning, my next stop has to be the Ghost House, in order to get to the secret exit, which is what I'll be doing right away. In order to get to that secret place, we have to enter this left door at the beginning and then make our way to the top of the Ghost House to find the secret passage. Well, that was quite simple, and would you look at that? There's now a big vine we can climb on, and it leads us in the clouds. 5-Parabeetles is next, and this stage is actually filled to the brim with those Parabeetle enemies. We have to ride them to the end of the stage, and although it seems a bit annoying for them when we jump on their back, they don't seem to mind that much. I don't think that should be considered an act of violence. We are now in the next world, and well, let's start playing it, shall we? World 7-1 does feature a crap ton of flying squirrels, and these little rascals seem to want to give us a big hug, which is nice, but also, get out of my way guys, I don't want to jump on your head by accident. 7-2 was full of seesaw mushrooms and other types of platforms. While these can be quite annoying to deal with, this level doesn't contain any enemies to attack, so we're all good. Next on our list is World 7-Tower, which was filled to the brim with Fire Bros enemies that were super annoying. Not gonna lie, I sometimes wanted to just jump on their heads, but no, useless violence is bad and we're not doing it. Alright, time to enter the big red door. And well, it's a boss fight against Kamek, and it looks like we're gonna have to attack him if we want to proceed. Yeah, this is kind of mandatory to get to the next part of the game. 1, 2, and 3 more acts of violence will be needed. This also increased the number of victims to 2, which I'm not proud of. 7-Ghost House is our next ticket to skip some levels, as it does feature a secret exit. There's a bunch of hidden doors that we need to get through if we want to achieve that. It was a bit of a maze, but to be honest, I played this game to oblivion throughout the years, so I remembered where to go. This new shortcut doesn't lead us too far, but it does allow us to skip the entire rest of the world, which is good. Sadly, it brings us to the castle, meaning that we'll probably have to commit more acts of violence. Unless this castle doesn't feature a boss. Who knows, it might happen, right? 7-Castle does feature a few enemies to avoid on our way to the end, but by being really careful, it wasn't that bad. Those big Chungus Hammer Bros can be quite annoying to deal with, because they can stun you if you don't jump, but they're alright. Okay, let's open that big door and hope that no boss is waiting for us. Who am I kidding? Of course there's a boss, it's Ludwig! And well, as you can probably guess, we'll need to jump on his head 3 times to defeat him. Yup, another one bites the dust. I'm so sorry, Ludwig, I had to do it! Alright, just before we get to the final world, we're going to be attacked by an evil airship, and that's not cool, but I can still manage to dodge all of the big Bowser fists that try to crush me to death. I wonder who's driving that airship. Oh, of course it had to be this little brat, Junior. I felt bad about attacking pretty much everybody else before that, but for Junior, I really have trouble being empathic. This brat just deserves a good old spanking. After 3 hits, the airship will be down and we'll be able to make our way to the 8th and final world. World 8-1 was full of fireballs falling from the sky, which was quite annoying to deal with. Those bony beetle enemies were also in the way most of the time, and as I cannot attack them, I had to do some precise jumps to avoid them all. Oh, and for some reason, I ended up going through the secret exit, so I guess we'll just deal with that. 8-4 is an auto-scrolling level where we climb on walls, dodge fireballs falling from the sky, and while it was a bit scary, it wasn't that bad either. 8-Tower is next, and well, this one is all about riding an elevator platform to the top, and well, there's lava slowly rising from beneath us, so we can't waste too much time. If a coin or an enemy ends up falling on the elevator, it stops moving, which is really bad for us. I had to collect all of the yucky coins, and when a bomb landed on the elevator, I had to wait for it to walk off, which wasted precious seconds. Luckily, by using a squirrel suit, we can fly up, wait for the elevator to go off screen, and when that happens, well, the elevator will kind of reset itself and catch up to you. That was actually quite helpful in some situations, and I made my way to the top and cleared the stage. We're good! Guess what? It's now time for us to enter the final level of the quest, World 8-Bowser. And well, this one is actually not too difficult. All we need to do at first is to avoid the annoying Junior brat that will try to crush you using the Koopa Clown car. After that, we will enter the big door and get ready for the final battle. Oh hey, it's Bowser! And well, he wants to hang out with me. Sure thing, buddy. Let me just sit down on this big bar stool here. Oh, wait a minute. He fell down? Huh, weird. I wonder what could have caused that. Anyways, I'm kidding. I know it was me. I did one act of violence by destroying the bridge and making Bowser fall. It was all me. Okay, I'm taking the blame. Well, guess who's back? It's Bowser! In order to defeat him this time, we have to jump on Junior to grab the car. And then we have to use the car to crush Bowser. Once that is done, we will fall down, and we will have to get back in the car. If Junior ends up getting there first, well, we'll have to attack him again. But we actually don't have to. By planning ahead and using our invincibility frames, we can actually grab the car again without having to attack Junior, which is good. After 2 more Bowser hits, we'll be done with it. So yeah, that's a total of 4 acts of violence to be done here. Bowser is gone, the princess is saved, and we did it! Yay! So, is it possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. U without using violence? No, it isn't. We actually had to attack quite a few enemies. Let's see. Boom Boom was our first victim with 3 acts of violence. Then Kamek was victim number 2 with also 3 acts of violence. Ludwig was next with also 3 more acts of violence. Then it was Junior in the airship, so that's 3 more violent acts. And then Bowser when I jumped on the big switch over here, so that's 1. And last but not least, I did attack Junior 1 more time to get his flying car, and then use that thing to crush Bowser with 3 more violent acts. The total is 7 casualties and 17 violent acts. Whew, well, this won't save Mario's reputation, that's for sure. My man's going straight to jail. Oh well, I did try my best. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, join Team BBQ by tapping the join button, and tap the cards on screen for even more challenges. As for me, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!